I think sorry for that, guys. My audio was all this time off, and thank you, guys, who have told me, hey, we can't hear you. We have gone for 4 minutes without proper audio, and I hope that our technicians next time, Bana, hey, you have to notify me when the audio is tripping, and these things sometimes happen. They happen, but they happen. Some of these things are beyond our control. So please make sure that you viewers at home, when you can't hear me, please let me know with a thumbs up that, hey, we can hear you loud and clear. But I believe the audio is back, and we can start our show by simply saying, you know, uh, the power struggle uh, that is giving William Ruto the advantages that he needs. Now, let me start all over again. Good evening, guys, the Afrik family. I am very, very sorry for the audio. I am Zalendo, and tonight we again explore a topic shaping Kenya's political future and the battle for power in ODM after Raila Odinga, the tensions between elected leaders and appointed officials. That is what it all means for President Ruto to win. Raila Odinga was not just a politician; he was a symbol, a unifying figure, and also a political giant. Now his passing on has left a political vacuum, creating some fierce competition among the leadership within the party ODM and regions like Mombasa, the coastal region, Nyanza. There's war brewing there, a bit in Western Kenya, Nairobi, of course. Very very soon, you'll start seeing some factions. Those factions which are emerging, each trying to control the party machinery ahead of 2027 in Western and Nyanza coastal regions. Local leaders are wanajaribu kupiga piga mahesabu, calculating what is next for them. Some are thinking strategically about the future elections, party control, and resource access by ODM leaders. Are we going to get some benefit by supporting William Ruto? They have already started seeing the benefits of supporting William Ruto in Oma Bay, for example, in Siaya, and many parts of Nyanza. Now, I spoke to a local leader who said, and I quote him, "We want Raila's vision alive, but sometimes it feels like the party is drifting into other people's hands." Yeah, listen to what this guy said. We want Raila's vision alive, but they feel that the party is drifting into other people's hands. Now, I want us to look at who is these other people that this guy is talking about. Who is these other people that this guy is talking about? I want you to uh, Gypsy Corner ujalala ni sangapi? Au ni nani? Asili TV, Asili TV, Asili TV, karibu sana. Long time sijakusikia Asili TV. But let us listen to one of those leaders, because sometimes you say that, oh, mzalendo wewe na propaganda zako nini nini, vitu kama hizo mnaniambiaga mara mingi sana hapo kwa comment section. You don't agree with me, but even if you don't agree with me, most of the time I win these races for you. So tafadhali nisikizage, because very few times my predictions are wrong, but most of the time my predictions are 100% on point, especially when it comes to elections. Yeah, if I can predict my own loss, sasa wewe yako nta predict namna gani? yako iko hapo tu, ndakuelezea vizuri sana what you're going to get and how the people are thinking about you. Now, Fred Amisi conducted an interview which I want us to listen to. I want to play it in just a few so that you get to listen to the gist.
And not the other way around. What is the contribution of President Ruto to the troubles that ODM faces today?
Naturally, we're warned. We've been warning our ODM party about this broad-based. And it's only a fool who does the same thing several times and expecting different results. It will not end. This broad-based...
Is that a good question, first of all? You know, first we were analyzing ODM, and now you have asked what is the President Ruto's contribution to the troubles within the ODM.
Okay, Senator Maina, your questions are innocent. We judge them based on the answers they produce. Let's just hear what...
I'll have a right of rebuttal.
Yes,
for sure you will.
Definitely. And before I was rudely interrupted, it's not the manners I'm used to.
Let's just go on.
Yeah, broad-based government is going to destroy ODM. If it continues like this, then of course there'll be no ODM. Why? Because it is not a normal coalition. It is not, you cannot locate broad-based in any legal framework. It's not the coalitions we made with Kibaki. It's not, not even equal to the handshake we did with Uhuru, because there was some form of negotiations on BBI and other issues. Broad-based, how did it come about? People should need to ask that question. Broad-based came about out of agitation of young people in the street. It was never envisaged. Cannot be located in our legal framework. It's not there. So that's why even Winnie is saying this is a complicated marriage that needs to be managed differently, not by party structures. You cannot say that we have leaders who are working with William Ruto and we expect them to come and tell us how far we have achieved our 10-point agenda. It is a complicated situation that came about just to calm down in the wisdom of our leader. And he did explain to us why he let some members join the government. Yeah. He said, yes, I know it is uncomfortable to you for what you've done, but we were losing the country and I had to do this. He did explain to some of us. And we know the circumstances. And if McHugh also, just like Edwin say, if we say what Baba told us privately or even with other people will be shocked. Some of these ministers shouted here carelessly. They just went to government on their own. Baba found them there. Okay? Is
that so?
Yes. Yeah, this is what exactly Baba told us before. All of them. All of them, when they waited for Baba to go to Dubai, but before Baba comes to make a coalition agreement or some sort of agreement, they were already State House begging for jobs. So, and Baba, because...
But CS Joe is saying that wasifanywa kafara.
That's why I'm shocked that they can talk like that. One is actually a minister on behalf of ODM. So who is doing kafara to which? You are the one using our position in the government. You are supposed to be thankful for the party in the first place, that you are serving in the government that you never participated to make, courtesy of the party. Then you are here lecturing the same party. These are people who never believed in this party. These are people who have been masquerading around Baba. They never believed, because if you look at people who have believed in Baba, you look at the way Winnie is speaking, different. You look at the way Ruth Odinga is speaking, different. You look at the way Oburo is speaking. These are people who have traveled with Baba the journey of liberation. They understood him. But these others are masquerading around it. They have been doing that for years, pretending to be part and parcel of Israel. They have no ideological orientation with Israel, completely. That's why they're now left. They're ready to dismantle the party. Some of them are saying they'll go with pieces. Is that why you are a senior member of the party threatening to go with a piece of a party?
Who said you'll take a piece? You
play the entire clip.
No, tell me.
I think I don't know. You just play. You've been playing. You play the entire clip. You'll see them.
Okay.
They're here, Baba. That's why these people are here. They're lecturing us. They never believed in Baba's ideology.
Right.
And that's why I say you don't need to interrupt me. People don't like the truth.
Let him finish.
The truth is very uncomfortable. I didn't come here to make people comfortable. I came here to talk to Kenyans, and especially the members of ODM who are out there. They're crying. They need somebody to speak for them. People have invested in this party emotionally, physically, and also financially. They're out there, they need a direction. They need to know what next. So you can't come here massaging things that are destroying our party. We are not helping it. We need to speak it out. People are wrong. For you to come and speak such things.
What do you suggest as a path to a solution? Because he says that you need a moment of reflection. One would imagine that when you're turning 20, that's a major anniversary. That would be the moment.
You know, the first thing I said, Sam, and I've been loud. Me, I'm always very brutally honest. Okay? The first thing I said is that first, the giving Oburu that position when we were burying Baba, it was a wrong timing. It could have been endorsed anyway. But why in a hurry? Okay, we've said it, and you see the repercussions. Then we said, okay, we were to do ODM at 20. But now Baba has left us. We are still mourning. People are mad out there. Baba was not an ordinary human being. Baba was in the hearts of people so deeply. Some people have cried. Some people are still crying. So why can we just postpone? Is anybody going to die out of postponing an ODM at 20, celebrate after a month or so? They never listen to us. They say, you know, these guys are just Kenyawan, they're on their own, they're young. They don't know. A person who has been elected twice, you are telling he's young, you know? So it is a people who feel, there's a cabal of people in the party who just feel that they all the powers to determine what they want to do, and they'll not listen to anybody, because had they listened to some of us, then some of these things that happened, it could not have happened.
Who is this not listening to you?
Mostly the leaders who are there currently, all of them. We try to talk to them and ask them, why is the hurry? Just relax. I mean, we'll have the celebration.
Is it the party leaders? Is it the executive?
The ones who are speaking, the ones you have just showing them speaking. You see the way they're speaking.
I've shown Senator Rengo.
Show more. I don't know why you're hiding.
Everybody needs one another. If you look at what was being stabilized when this arrangement was put together, we all need Kenya, do we not? We need a stable nation. We need a stable country. And for our democracy to be matured and to be stable, we must have stable political parties.
Yep.
Because if you don't have the two top political parties as very stable, even from within, you start battles. Because what I've seen now is a battle within ODM that even affects the coast region. When I hear CS Joho speaking and the way the governor is responding to him, the governor of Mombasa is responding to CS Joho. They are speaking from different scripts. CS Joho is trying to affirm back his position in the ODM, while the governor is now saying, it's like the regional kingpins. You know, I say the regional kingpins, and I don't know whether regional kingpins can drive you to presidency. And we need to, one day you call us, we talk about the regional kingpins. Because I don't know whether regional kingpins drives you to presidency. In Kenya today, we should be talking about unifying everybody and coming together. So when Joho speaks, everybody's in a different conversation, and that is the worrying trend now.
Because Joho, as you speak about that, because again, you've had the honor of establishing political parties that end up winning power. Should a cabinet secretary be speaking the way he is?
No, for the time being, even just first ignore that. There is a deeper conversation beyond even now confining the cabinet secretary like Joho to speak just as a minister. He's now not speaking as a minister, by the way, in that meeting. Joho is addressing that meeting as a very serious leader and stakeholder within ODM. So he's not even thinking about his ministry at that point. So if you address now that issue, so because that one is issue.
Because CS Joho is.
Happy Saturday, everyone. I'm meteorologist Rochelle J.
Well, guys, you've heard from the horse's mouth what is happening within the party ODM, and there, I mean, everybody is pulling in a different direction, from CS Joe to CS Mbadi to Apio and I, and everybody else who joined the broad-based government from ODM as a cabinet secretary is pulling in a different direction. And mostly it's about the 2027 elections. One, I feel that is it a good thing or a bad thing? For me, as I've emphasized here most of the time, this is good for democracy within these regions. That competition is healthy because one, Joe would want to hold the governor from Mombasa accountable. And the governor from Mombasa would also want to hold Ruto's government accountable. That is what the governors are supposed to do. Yeah. So even when you see these wrangles, we heard that there was a meeting of leaders that the ODM governors did not attend. They absconded Ruto's meeting. So there's a lot going on within that particular party. And as I told you earlier on, people are speaking out now. Now, local leaders are saying that you know sometimes it feels like the party is drifting into somebody else's hands, and that is the fear. You know why they also fear that is because these leaders are members of the ODM party. They are life members of that particular party. That particular party is the one that made them rise to whatever positions that they're having today. So we expected those kind of wrangles after Baba's death. So in especially in ODM strongholds where elections are normally tensed, and contested by heavyweights in Nyanza, in Homa Bay. You just saw the other day uh, how there was tension in a just a by-election. You'd think it's a general election. Now let us talk about the officials like the PS Raymond Omolo and the tension between Raymond Omolo and Gladys Wanga in Homa Bay. Uh, let's talk about that for a minute, and I want also to hear your views on this particular matter. On paper, their appointment represented, you know, what Ruto wanted is government to look like, with all regions represented, including Nyanza. Somebody like PS Raymond Omolo was not appointed by Raila Odinga. He was appointed by William Ruto. They started way back in the campaigns. So his loyalty is he owes it to William Samoei Ruto and not ODM members. So they should not mistake that. They should not mistake that Raymond Omolo was indeed appointed on merit by Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and they found Raymond Omolo working with William Samoei Ruto. I remember just when we had just finished the election, some of the areas that William Samoei Ruto uh, visited on many occasions is Homa Bay. And ask yourself why Homa Bay. So while we are busy looking at other politics and all that, absconding his meetings and all that, William Ruto was making inroads in these areas that didn't vote for him. That didn't vote for him. Now, what does that mean to the voters back there? Now, this is what it means, and it is painful that you have to hear it from me. It means that William Ruto has made inroads in Nyanza. Sikiza kwa makini, kwa sababu mimi nawaelezea peupe vile kuko. William Ruto has made inroads in Nyanza, Luo Nyanza. The unifying factor that was Baba then is not there. Do you get that point? The party ODM was Raila Odinga, and Raila Odinga was ODM. Now, leaders who are elected right now by the people were elected not because of their popularity, but because Baba influenced their election. Mpaka hapo tunakubaliana, mpaka hapo tunakubaliana. Why? I'll explain to you. First, some of them was negotiated democracy, where some people like John Buddy were told to step aside. People like it's called Kidero, my good friend Kidero was also told, hey, Kakando. Yugi Magwanga was told to be the deputy of Gladys Wanga, although you've seen the kind of frustration that the governor is subjecting the deputy. So all these were arrangements made by Raila Odinga so that they cannot have any independent penetrating in that region or any other political party. Why? Because if those guys reign on different political parties or as independent, that would have divided the vote of the Luo people in Omabe or Omabayans. I hope hapo umenisikiza vizuri sana. You've understood me. I've explained it like I would explain it to a toddler. Now, what is the problem of these elected leaders? What is the problem of elected leaders in Nyanza? Two things I read here. First, they feel that they are overshadowed by the development the national government is bringing in those areas. They were part and parcel of it, but now they feel that the PS, who is the overall coordinating partner of the government, the PS Raymond Omolo is coordinating all government projects across the country, including the ones that is putting some emphasis in Nyanza. Now, he has gone a step ahead to go outside his docket to assist the widows in those areas. Some of the things that the politician was not doing, or even if they were doing it, they were not being recognized the way Raymond Omolo is doing. That is where the problem is. When I go to my village and bring development projects, and the area local leader, definitely they feel threatened because 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, they have done nothing. Yet there is somebody who is coming from nowhere and doing things that are tangible. Now, what does this do to the political scene in those areas? Now, William Ruto was a member of ODM. He knows the problems with these leaders. He knows how they were elected. He knows he's playing musical chairs with them. Kama mjui, jueni leo. He knows he has got the intelligence that will tell him. And NIS will tell him, hey, huyu alikuwa rigged in, huyu alifanya nini, huyu sasa hata kwa ground is not even popular. Inaitwaje? Opinion polls If they are done, they'll tell the president, "Bana, you go it alone as UDA or any other coalition partner, you will get a sizable amount of votes in Nyanza. True or false? Tell me there in the comment section whether what I'm telling you is true or false." I can see a silly TV. What does a silly TV? Please, folks, if you want to know where Ruto is heading, watch Salel Chronicles, Benin Republic coup is worse than you think. Please watch that and you will cry. Okay, Asili, we will watch what is happening in Benin. Thank you for the information. I can see Gypsy Corner. Asante sana for joining us. I can see Fred. Asante sana. I can see many viewers from Montumbei platform. Thank you very much, Fred Opio. Thank you very much. I know, Frederick, you are a big fan, but one of these fine days, you need to step on the stage and don't be shy and just sticking there and liking what we're doing. But we want you to come here and see the politics, because here, what I say here is raw politics. I will come to your constituency and I will ask the same question. Why do you recycle an incompetent leader and make and elevate an incompetency? Why do you reward incompetency? So those are the things, Fred, we will be talking about in the near future. We will evaluate what these leaders have been saying. Politics is not about just speaking in funerals and just thumping and without any tangible project that the people can see from where you come from. So this is the problem that is facing the Orange Democratic leaders. They are the party, the leaders who are elected. First of all, there is a lot of money that goes into the counties. One, the only person who can investigate this is the government of Kenya through EACC. If there is a problem, and of which there is a glaring problem in most of these counties, if the government can decide to revive some of these cases, watu watakuwa navaa nguo za zebra huko Kamiti. Mi nakwambia tu ukweli, nakwambia ukweli, hizi pesa hawa viongozi wanatumia kupeana, hizi ni pesa za uwizi. Hakuna, these guys are not business people. Hakuna biashara wanafanya, hakuna industry wako nayo. Ni nini wanafanya? Ni nini wanafanya? Umeingia siasa just the other day, you are already a billionaire. People are building 5 stars hotels. Others have got hotels even in Morocco, Rabat, and they are leaders. Others have got homes in Dubai, lakini hakuna biashara wanafanya, ni pesa zetu wanakula. Now, this is the capitalist economy built by the political class. That is where Kenya is. The political class want to remain where they are. Wananchi, hakuna mshahara yako inaongezeka each and every time. There are deductions on your pay slip. Ruto is deducting pesa ya mambo ya nyumba, SHA pia anatoa, lakini wabunge mshahara yao inaongezeka na bado wanapewa pesa ingine ya kulungula inaitwa development fund in quotes. Sijui wanataka kufanya development gani. Governor ako na development fund, senator ana development fund, women rep ana development fund, MCA ako na development fund. Ngaf CDF is now in the constitution, so nobody can interfere with it. All this money. So we will be lining up every other morning. Mheshimiwa, tak asubuhi saa 11, mtoto wangu amekwama, anahitaji karo za shule, basari utatupatia lini ndio tuweze kulipa karo za shule. I saw a constituency, and this should be a case study. And I wish I can get that clip. Hii inafaa kuwa case study. Ndindi Nyoro's constituency has got over 120, I don't know, is it over 100 primaries, 120 primary schools. All of them zimewekwa kabro, ziko na maji, they're all tiled, zimewekwa tiles na ziko na stima. You go back to my village, you see where I went to school, Ratanga Intermediate Primary School. Yani some classes, they don't even have windows. We have the governor, we have the MCA, we have we have the MCA who wants to be an MP. We have the MP. We have the women rep. We have a senator, and we also have ministers, CECs in the county assembly who foresee the development projects within those particular areas. We have schools without roofs, but in Ndini Nyoro's Kiaru constituency, wa boss, kama mtu amewashinda amewashinda, hata sijui mtasema nini. If you look at the primary schools, and then we have got the neighboring constituency that the 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 students who graduate from primary education now to go to secondary, some of them come from other constituencies to come and learn in Ndindi Nyoro's constituency. Why? Because there are better facilities, and the school fees, is how much? 1,000 shillings. 1,000 shillings. Ngirimwe 1,000. Secondary school ni 1,000. Na unaniambia sisi kama ODM sijui nini, sisi kama DCP sijui wiper. Bala huyo jamaa kama kuna mtu anafaa kuwa rais wa Kenya ni huyo jamaa. Vision ile yako nayo at constituency level iko huko juu, Kama Kenya iangalie ukabila, na kuna mambo mili tatu wanaweza rekebisha kama kiongozi, then that guy can make Kenya be a good country for everyone. Imagine secondary school people are paying 1,000 shillings. I watched that clip and I said, wow. Salala. Rose. You watch things like that, then you are happy at least. Hatuko mbaya sana. We have got leaders who are thinking. It's only that they have not been given the opportunity. So congratulations, Ndindi Nyoro from Africa. You are doing a good job. My shout out also goes to Mohammed Ali in Mombasa. He's also doing a wonderful job. Salasia veered off a bit, but they're also doing a good job with the CDF funds. Babu Owino is also doing a good job with his CDF, but quick recovery, Mheshimiwa. Keep the good work and the good standards of leadership. Corruption hatutaki, but Ndindi Nyoro's constituency should be a case study. It should be a clip that is played in parliament. Wetangula, funga session ya parliament to one of these fine days. Cheza clip ya Ndindi Nyoro schools in Kiaru. I think that's where his constituency is. Play that clip. In fact, ndaitafuta. And then uniambie, eh, what is really wrong with some of our leaders. Anyway, let me not veer off the topic that we have today. We have something very interesting that we are discussing: the role, the opposition, yeah, and now the wrangles within ODM. Now, these officials, control budgets in their constituencies. I've mentioned them. Uh, Budgets meant for projects, but sometimes that budget is diverted to become a budget for loyalty. Yani, you buy loyalty. So what I've realized in our elections sahi, hakuna ti mambo ule mzalendo ako na policies kali. I can see fire mambo ukifanya fanya mambo articulating issues, people like Inasifuna. Kenyans don't buy that crap. Hii wananchi, they're already messed up completely. In urban centers, yes, they will vote for somebody with who articulates the policies, but in the rural area watu wanafikiria na tumbo, na serikali ya William Samoei Ruto has perfected that art. And the governors who are elected in these areas that I mentioned, be it Nyanza, Homa Bay, Siaya, Kisumu, they have perfected that art. Kisii, pangeni line tuwapatie pesa, story imeisha. The church, unaona wanapokea pesa kwa mabahasha ya kujenga kanisa. That is the norm, the norm in Kenyan politics today. And I don't know whether there's something we can do about it. The only thing that we can do right now is to talk about it. Ensure that our voices are heard huko nje. Ndio post somebody would listen and say, okay, wait a minute. Hii pesa napewa ni ile yangu ya barabara, ni ile yangu ya maji, ni ile yangu ya stima. Wacha nikule, lakini kura nampatia ule mtu anaweza leta maendeleo. Now, these MCAs and MPs and governors, they see that the PS is managing some kind of fund that should be channeled to them directly so that they implement this project. Hapo amujawahi fikiria hivyo. So they want to be connected to the people, but they don't know. They know very well the only way they can be connected to the people is through these projects that they have not been able to implement, and is being implemented with an appointed official who is the PS Raymond Omolo. So that is where the problem is. So that is where the threat is. The threat is connection with the people. The leaders want to be connected with the people, not through rhetorics, but through tangible projects. And they want the government to give them those resources so that they can be the ones in charge of implementing those resources. Kama ile tunawapatia ya constituency ndio mnakula, ya county mnameza, mnanunua manyumba kubwa kubwa, mnajenga mahoteli, unaenda vacation, na sisi tunabaki maskini. We ain't giving you that money. We ain't allowing you to be connected to the people. Take that to the bank. Use the resources that you have. Use the assemblies that you have. Use parliament to create policies that will help the people. Free secondary education. If you cannot implement what Ndindi Nyoro is doing in Kiaru, go enda mkalishane huyu jamaa chini, umwambie bwana, hiki tunafanyaje boss bwana, nisaidie kidogo bwana, mimi sina hii akili yote uko nayo, nisaidie tu na kaakili. I can borrow you for uh, for 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 1 year, you implement some of these projects. The MP will do that. Tafadhali go and borrow something from Ndini Nyoro, who is more connected to the people. Huyo jamaa hata akisema akilala atachaguliwa, atalazimishwa arudi kwa ballot bwana. Akisema hataki ataambiwa please. Now that is where elected leaders are now clashing with appointed officials in Ruto's government. They want to control these resources. Kuna areas zingine unasikia mpaka kuna gold imepatikana hapo, sasa ndio kutakuwa na shida zaidi. Now in Nyanza strongholds, ODM local leaders are fear losing influence and to the external players. Yes, local leaders. I mean, she said it. I mean, but what do they really fear? Have you asked yourself what these leaders are fearing, and now blaming appointed officials instead of blaming William Ruto? They are so afraid of facing William Ruto. They are blaming watu wa Ruto wa mkono. Face William Ruto and tell him, hey, sisi hatutaki hii broad based, wacha kutuambia, wacha kuogopa. And then we see where we move from there. Whether you will get influence from the people will back you up by you saying that, we will see whether they will back you up. And you will tell me whether you will win the elections without William Ruto on your side and a candidate supported by William Ruto and ODM without Raila Odinga. Boss, itakuwa ni kizungumkuti na msijaribu. Ninawambia tu msijaribu, lakini hiyo that will be so healthy. That will bring a lot of, democracy in this region, in Western Kenya, among competing power brokers and those factions, the kingpins, nani pin. Please bring it on. I think that is what we want as the people. So it depends on the side that you will be. But I can tell you, as the referee of the people, that is healthy politics that is coming. So in the coastal region, we have got people there who are against the government and who will run, who are previously, UDA, like people like Muhammad Ali. We don't know which party that they will go to defend their seats, or if they are running for governor. We don't know. But in the new course, we will see some good political realignment. My biggest problem, we will discuss it later. Down here is the issue of the opposition in all this. As the leaders are feeling pressure from both, they're feeling pressure in internal politics. Ruto is realigning his politics with like-minded leaders in those regions. This results is going to bring disunity in the broad-based government. First of all, not even bring, it has already brought disunity, and of course the ground will now be open for political competition and for scrutiny. Now you can question what the governor is doing with the funds that he or she has been receiving. You can caution the MP because you are running to become a member of parliament or an MCA or a women rep. You can caution all these people what their party has been doing, and that is very, very good for politics. That is democracy. Now, another issue that is arising this week is Winnie Odinga. Rumors has it and speculations rife. I saw something circulating. I'm not very sure that Winnie may have resigned from Ayala to return into Kenyan politics fully. She could be positioning herself to claim Baba's position is dad position in the party, either in a small way or a big way. So Winnie is coming back. I think he'll play a very central role within the ODM party. They don't want they don't want Baba's legacy to just die like that. The Odingas will fight very hard to ensure that the ODM party remains stable and remains a party that can be recognized the way the father used to handle things within the ranks of ODM. So be worried that the children are now taking over the party. Now, if she returns, she might be the unifying factor or the Raila figure factor within ODM. People will look at her with a lot of respect, and perhaps she could also be a dividing factor or faction that could be resisted among those who are positioning themselves as future uh, kingpins or leaders within the Orange Democratic movement. But I think the timing is very, very strategic, uh, and being that there are these wrangles which are bringing an ease among elected leaders and appointed leaders who are, by extension, ODM appointees by William Ruto, then she could at least bring some sense. She also brings some usefulness in within the party. We are so used to recycling leaders within this party called ODM that we feel that it's high time pia mtuletee vitu zingine tofauti. We are tired of eh? Same diet, same. I'm quoting my good friend Cyrus Jakimba, who says the diet nyakaloki. Yani, in Luo, it means that the diet must be changed at some point. Au umezoea kula mboga ya mtoo ama kula mapilao, lazima ubadilishe diet. So hawa wanasiasa pia lazima wabadilike, ama wakikataa kubadilika tutawabadilisha. Tutawabadilisha. So that is what Winnie is bringing within the Orange Democratic movement. Now, I think in my last segment, I'll be talking about the division within the opposition and why it is advantageous for William Samoei Ruto. Uh, Let us see how we can connect these dots. The If we have a fragmented opposition, fragmented means that I am Gashagwa DCP, I am running for president, I am Apple, Kenyans will elect me. I am Winnie Odinga, I am running on an ODM ticket. I will be the flag bearer of ODM in 2027. I am Kalonzo Musyoka, I am Matiangi. All these leaders, they want one thing: the presidency. Now, for President Ruto, this is a early Christmas gift. The more they are divided, the more Ruto celebrates. Now, if you are fragmented like that, all of you want to be leaders. Uh, And there's the issue of tribe, there's the issue of region, there's the issue of the Gen Z and things like that. And William Ruto is coming with a united front called a broad-based government, which is cutting across the country. Do you think you, as an opposition leader, do you stand a chance when you're fragmented? Leo asubuhi ukienda kanisani Kalonzo Musyoka, jiulize, kuwa na mkutano na Mungu wako, na kama uendi kanisani, kuwa mkutano na watu wa kwenyu, waulize kama inawezekana. Now, the voters, this is what has been happening in the online platform where we make this kind of noise each and every time, and nobody pays us to make this noise. Usidhani mimi inalipwa na mtu wote. Me, I don't get any dime from anyone. The only thing I get is your likes and your subscription on this channel called Africa. And of course, most of you have not subscribed, and they just watch for free. They enjoy the content, and I appreciate. I will not force you to subscribe on Africa, but kidogo itasaidia, itanipatia moral when you subscribe, when you like, when you share the content. Yeah, it gives me some kind of morale that you're listening and you like some of my points that I'm bringing across. And also, when you participate, I share some of your comments. Somebody out there will learn, will have this, will get something from this civic education that I'm giving out here for free. Most of the time, we have got very good panelists. Some of them much far, much more accomplished analysts in the political field. Others are lawyers in different professions. They all come here and we share good stories about politics and where we want to see our country. We don't just do it because we don't love our country. We do it because we don't love our president or we don't love, you know, the leaders, but we want them to change. Now, let me talk about the psychology of a Kenyan voter and how he sees a fragmented opposition as being some people who cannot bring a good challenge to William Ruto. This is how they look at it. And it is sad. This is what they say behind closed doors. Ruto beat state machinery, beat Raila Odinga, and beat Uhuru Kenyatta. Do you think a fragmented opposition of Gachagua, Kalonzo, Matiangi, Maraga, and others? If I didn't mention you, don't take offense. It means that nobody is talking about you as a presidential candidate or as a force. So you need just to join. Funga Virago, join the others. Join that group that I've mentioned. Now, unajua hizi kutembea tembea, I speak to voters. So when I was in Kisumu the other time, that was last week. Last week I was in Kisumu. I met this voter. Who kept on telling me that that they wanted Raila's dream to continue. But these leaders, they keep on fighting. Yeah, they keep on fighting each other. So they are not paying attention to what is happening to the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga, and they don't care. So this guy told me these leaders, it is clear that they didn't care about Raila Odinga's legacy. They just care about themselves. Now, and lastly, they finish by telling me that in all this scenario, the beneficiary is William Ruto, and I'm telling you, William Ruto saizi amnalala usingizi. Hata uchaguzi iitwe kesho, William Ruto will win, and that is a fact. Now, I want to hear from you, our viewers, and the question I raised today is, what do you think about Winnie Odinga returning from Yala? Yeah, what do you think about it? Are ODM leaders focusing too much on internal battles instead of serving the people? How should elected leaders balance party loyalty with the government cooperation? Please, I want to hear your views on those particular issues, and I would be glad to share them here on Africa. I know I can't wait to tell you to talk about. I know most of you know that I follow politics, especially the English Premier League. And this weekend, I think I was. It was one of the most tense weekends in the English Premier League, and we saw Chelsea beat Everton 2-0. Liverpool cruised easily past Brighton. Arsenal versus Wolves. Hey, you know I'm corner if you are tense in that match. But oh my God, Arsenal. Sometimes Arsenal, I think you can give me some, heart attack. How can Wolves be leading na tuko nyumbani? Ay, eh? 0-0 first half. But anyway, congratulations to the Gunners. You made me proud at the end of the day. We won that game against these Wolves, very, very stubborn. Any team meeting Wolves, say, mutaumwa. These dogs are bad. These dogs are bad. They will chew you. And tomorrow, Man City, oh my God. I hope that they will cruise easily past their opponents tomorrow. Yep. Another interesting story that happened in this week is that the 22-year-old activist who hugged a tree for straight to 72 hours. Wakenya pia ni wa creative bana. Huyu msichana alifikiriaje ati manzee lazima niage tu kamti, akahaga mti 24 hours. Hey, that was a plus bana. Hey, kudos for 72 hours, and she's the one who's been holding the previous record, Guinness Book of Record, of the longest time of hugging a tree. Sometimes in the midst of politics, we need to celebrate acts of courage, kama hiyo, and determination. So, Jama, I think we have done our hour here with you, and you've enjoyed this discussion. And tonight we highlighted the ODM uh, challenges, internal battles post Raila, appointed officials in Ruto's government creating tensions with elected leaders. Winnie Odinga's rumored return could reshape party dynamics. A divided opposition is a gift to William Ruto moving towards 2027. Kenya's political landscape, yeah, It is complex and it is evolving. What unfolds is the next months will shape the future of the ODM legacy and the 2027 elections. From Afrique 24, I am Zalendo. Keep informed, engaged, and a part of this conversation will continue later today. Otherwise, asante sana. Asili, asante sana, those who have been watching, Fred, and everybody else who has been watching from the platform. Just make that bold move and make sure that you subscribe to Africa 24 so that you could be having the opportunity, yeah, to listen to uh, our wonderful talking points that I normally compile over the weekend. We will also be regularly having these shows here on Africa. So please make sure that you make this your number one YouTube channel for political analysis. Here we only do politics and sports. Mambo ya EPL pia tunapigaga kidogo, so make sure that you've subscribed. Those guys who are watching me from Tombay X, please, and then to Pale Afrique and type, let me put it down for you there, man. Just type Afrique, Afrique 2000, Afrique, and then you subscribe on our YouTube page, please. And to Apple on YouTube, type Freak on YouTube, and we will make sure that we air some of your concern. Go now, manze, and type mseme mpige malike pale na mseme you loved this particular show so that we can continue bringing for you such wonderful content. Everybody who is coming here, they love it. I need you guys also to jump on the stage. I know out there are better analysts, there are people who can, chambua hii politics vizuri sana. Pia kuja hapa pia tupige story, tuzungumze, tuone vile tutaongea mambo ya siasa hii yetu ya Kenya, post Raila politics and why division benefits William Ruto. And as I said, a divided opposition is a Christmas gift to William Samoei Ruto. When those wrangles continue, the people will also start wrangling. And as you've seen on many discussions on the social platform, it is now we, the supporters of these leaders, we are now quarreling each other. We are now giving direction. We are now wondering whether we can go back to the government and support the government. The choice is yours. If you think the government is doing a good job, please give it a thumbs up. If you think that we need to make the changes ASAP, then yes, advise your leaders to watch Africa 24, where this is where everything happens in real time. Until next time, I have been your host, Muzalendo. Kama kawaida, subscribe, follow me on my uh, YouTube page and Facebook pages. Asante sana.